Hello and welcome to Stretford. Paddock, today's podcast is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Now more than ever, our internet reliance has been rapidly increasing. We stream our favourite shows, keep in touch with loved ones, and watch podcasts, not to mention, of course, the football. We'd like to think that information is safe, but as our online footprint increases, so does our need for proper internet security. Surfshark is a VPN service that protects your information by encrypting all the data that you send through the internet, keeping anyone unwanted from seeing it. Another great reason to use a VPN service is often when we're trying to stream something from another country, it can be restricted, so you can only view it from that country. However, using Surfshark VPN enables you to view content that is only usually able to watch from different countries, from abroad. So, for example, if you've got a show or a game that you want to watch that is only being streamed in a certain country, using Surfshark VPN, that will allow you to watch that. So that can be channels and services such as Netflix, X or Twitter, Amazon Prime, all those different channels and services that you may only be able to watch in different countries. With Surfshark, you can simply solve that problem by changing your location. Also, if you do go abroad, you're on holiday, you're on the beach, and you still want to tune in to the Premier League or to any other services that you can't get while you're abroad, well, changing your location back to the UK and using your normal streaming service will enable that using Surfshark VPN. Currently, Surfshark has an amazing deal on. By using the link in the description and the promo code Paddock, which is pretty easy to remember, Paddock, you get an extra 4 months free. Surfshark also offers 30-day money-back guarantee. So use the link in the description and the code Paddock and you get 4 months free. And don't forget, you also get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Watching the films lately?
Do you know what? I've been getting into a series.
Oh, I?
Presumed Innocent. You been watching it?
No.
Right, it's on Apple TV.
Wasn't there a film by that?
There was a film with Harrison Ford, and it's based on a book. So I've been watching a bit of that, but me and my missus, right, we struggle to find anything we can watch together, yeah? Because we have different views. She likes all the oats and all that garbage, and I like, you know...
Films with like, actors in it?
Yeah, people who can act and stuff like that. And we started watching this, we both liked it, and I got home last night, and she's like, what's something to tell you? I was like, well, I binge watched it today, because it was off. So I'm playing catch up now, which I don't mind anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to watch the finale.
It's a betrayal, that, isn't it? I always find, like, if your partner's gone and done that without your consent or knowledge, you know, it's like...
She did the right thing, though, you know, because she sort of led up to it, and I was expecting something far worse. Do you know what I mean? Like... You know, I'm pregnant.
Right.
Yeah, okay. If you want. But it's like, I've been watching it, I was like, oh, have you watched it? I was like, no, I'm up to the finale, and I thought, right.
Not loads me and Janine watch together, because she likes fucking...
Because you like
vampires and unicorns and...
What does Janine like, Harry Potter?
Yeah. Anything with magic and...
I can't be doing with that, mate. I can't. Do you like Harry Potter?
I read up to book 4, and then I decided it was for nerds and stopped.
Right, okay, that's fair enough. I like that attitude. My whole family love it. Love Harry Potter. The kids love it. She loves it. I'm a bit like, it's kids with sticks running around a field. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not for me.
I saw a good line the other day.
Go on.
Which is, can you imagine what the PTA meetings were like at Hogwarts?
They've gone off.
To be fair though, I know what that means. I know what PTA is, and I know what Hogwarts is. I know it's the school they went to, but...
Right, the basic premise of Harry Potter is, right, you've got the magic people, yeah? And then you've got the people that aren't magic, they're called muggles, right? And Harry Potter ends up becoming the king of the magicians and killing all the muggles.
Wait, what? This is why I should have read those other 3 books. That's, what, there's a massacre at the end of it?
Something like that. I don't know. It's a load of wizards and witches and everyone works out and they end up at Paddington Station or something. Something like that.
I have no idea. What you've just said was having a blag and what was real.
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know. I know that he lives under the stairs for a bit. That's all I know. Did you get that far in your books?
Just about, yeah. I think that's when I thought, not for me. Yeah.
It's a bit grim.
Geek who sits under the stairs in the dark. No thanks. See you later.
So I've been watching Presumed Innocent. What have you been watching?
Not a lot, to be honest. I've been struggling. Been absolutely hammering some audiobooks. It's Arnhem anniversary this week.
Okay.
80th anniversary of Arnhem. So,
Bridge
pub
too
landlord.
far.
Pub landlord Al Murray You know, Al Murray's like a low-key historian. He's written
quite
like
posh
a
in it, in
shitload
real
of
life.
books. A little bit more than
That's the whole character. I thought that was the whole thing, innit? I thought he just talked like that.
No, he's quite. I think he's quite well spoken.
Right.
He's done a book on Arnhem, which is really good. It's called Black Tuesday. So he basically just distilled Arnhem, which was, I think it was about 10 days, 2 weeks of an absolute shit show, down into like 1 day's worth of stuff. So I'm in the middle of that one with it being the anniversary. I wanted to be there this weekend, to be honest. But I couldn't make it. Especially with doing D-Day this year in Normandy, and then obviously both of these things happen within.
So it would have been nice to do both of them.
It'd have been nice.
Double whammy. Mark, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching? I've got one of these film passes, and I went to the cinema on my own the other day because I do this quite a lot actually. Just like to sit in a dark room and just
Do you know what? There's nothing wrong.
Harry Potter thing.
Yeah,
sound like a Harry Potter thing actually. Now you mention it.
There's nothing wrong with going to cinema on your own.
I watched The Third Man.
What, the Carol Reed
Yes.
Wells film? What?
Yes.
What year is this? Was this during the Blitz? Did you come and get away from the Luftwaffe by going to watch?
1948. It's showing in cinemas.
Right. Okay.
And I like to take the opportunity if something's like if an old film or whatever's on in the cinema that you wouldn't see actually in the pictures, then
no. Do you know what? I respect.
I used to love my unlimited card at the Cineworld, but there's nothing on, man. I couldn't justify it. I go to cinema once a year at the minute.
No, I like to take the kids to the View mini mornings when it's cheap, because it's only like £2 each or £2.50, and then I'll be honest, it's just cartoons and stuff, but I'll get my head down. Honestly, I'll take him.
Sleep, exactly.
We'll stop off at Asda because I ain't paying cinema prices. Get him a load of snacks.
You know that's fully legal.
Yeah, of course it is. I used to hide him like I was taking drugs in at the cinema, and then someone pointed out like you don't have to. You can literally take food in at the cinema.
Who's ever stopping you anyway?
Yeah,
no one's asked.
Exactly. The 17-year-old on the counter's not going to go, excuse me, where do you think you're going? So it was just like, so I'll give him all the snacks. I'll sit in the corner. I'll go to sleep. They'll wake me up when the film's gone.
I still feel some kind of residual shame though when I'm taking in my own pick and mix. So like I don't like I'm doing something wrong. Even
Are you allowed to take disposable barbecues in? Because it is disposable.
Yes. I always feel bad
to gas her out
because I always we go in. Usually when it's me and Mrs. take the kids, or it's just me. Go in, sit them all down, give them all snacks, and then we'll go and grab a Costa as well. Other coffee shops are available if you care. And then I feel like another bit of guilt because I'm coming back in with coffees, and I'm always like, and they've got coffees there. Well, again, I ain't buying their coffees, and I'm always sort of like, right. Well, they're not asked. Why would they be?
It's wrong, but it feels right.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So The Third Man, good film.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? It's a classic. When I did film, one of my modules at uni was, when undergrad was film studies for British film studies, and they sort of reel you in with The Third Man.
Right.
And Brief Encounter, which are two good films, classics.
See, I haven't seen
Brief
Encounter.
And then the rest of the course was just garbage. It's just awful films from like the 40s and 50s that just make you want to stop watching the films. Honestly, they're terrible. In case anyone's wondering, by the way, you should know because you can see a thumbnail. Mark Critchley is from The Athletic. He's one of the 37 journalists we've had on from The Athletic in the last month.
Yeah, we're
it's just the United one.
Yeah, that's just
that's just the United part. Yeah,
but he covers Manchester United, obviously, and a bit of City. So we will ask you some football questions in a bit at some point.
But we're having book club first.
We're having book club. Do you love your books? You love autobiographies, don't you, and coaching stuff and all that because you're a proper coaching geek. I used to be like that, but I'm trying to sort of read a few more novels and that, but I just haven't got the time.
I'm liking Jack Carr's at the moment. So you're on the terminal list that's on Amazon.
Yeah.
There's 7 books. That's book 1 of 7.
Right. Okay.
So I blasted all 7 out in about a week.
Have you ever read Jack Reacher? No, it's slightly different.
No. That's the one that's now on Amazon as well, right?
Yeah. Sorry?
It's got that series.
Yeah.
It's got Thad Castle in it from Blue Mountain State fame. He's been in other stuff, I'm sure.
Oh, is it? I don't know. The guy who plays Jack Reacher is a REIT unit.
That's the one.
Is that him? Alan Summit, is it? Is that his
Alan
name?
Rickson.
Rickson, thank you. But that series was great.
Definitely natural.
You'd have probably got annoyed with some of the things that didn't seem realistic in it, but as a sort of, watchable series, it's
Terminal List was good.
Yeah.
And I thought, let me see what the book's like of that. And then went from 1 through 7.
That's decent then, if you can. You're better than he did on Harry Potter. He gave up after 4. Hey, Jesus wept.
I've no idea what you're talking about. Jack Reacher. I've heard of that one. Is it like some spy shit? Or something?
No, he was in the military police, and he's a bit of a drifter, and then he sort of solves crimes, doesn't he?
And throws people through
windows.
A good defenestration.
Yeah.
That's the word for that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like ouvrir la fenêtre in French. Open the window. Defenestration. There you go.
Now you're talking my language. But it's written by Lee Child, who lives in Manchester, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Jack Reacher. But they made a film with Tom Cruise, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's the stinking. In the books, he's like Alan Rickman.
Yeah, he's a unit.
He's massive. And they was like, let's cast Tom Cruise for this.
He was 5'8". Do you know what I mean? So,
on that walkway.
Action man, though. Like, I mean, seriously, that guy does his own stunts. You can't hate Tom Cruise.
Of course you can hate Tom Cruise.
I don't hate Tom Cruise, but my missus does. She won't watch anything he's in.
Listen, you can I'm not saying I do, but you can.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Tom Cruise. I mean, really? Do we need to sort of explain?
Well, the Scientology thing. All right, eating placenta. Yeah, it's not cool.
There's
all
that
right.
telling you know Brooke Shields not to take antidepressants, like losing his mind.
Shit, okay.
Losing his mind on the Oprah Winfrey couch because he just got a new missus. And then they divorced a year later. There's a lot of stuff with Tom Cruise we can go, not for me.
Maybe I'm
but
not across
I
the
like
biography.
him.
Maybe I'm not across the biography. I didn't know that.
No, and also
Shield stuff or whatever.
That thing of like someone who's, you know, just in loads of big blockbusters. You're always going to get people who just get a bit fed up with him. You know what I mean?
Best role? Tropic Thunder.
That's good.
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
No.
I love that. And everyone applauds. It's class. Tropic Thunder is where he's like, he's got a big fat suit on.
Okay.
And he plays like his film producer. That's really good. I don't know. I quite like, this is going to be like...
Days of Thunder. Acting is like Hollyoaks omnibus level.
That's a film where everyone gives up halfway through. Yeah. You can literally see a scene where everyone goes...
Oh, we're not doing that again, are we?
How much have we spent? Is it too late to cancel this one? They just give up with it.
What about Eyes Wide Shut? The big kind of secret society.
Mate, if you're gonna watch porn, watch porn. Don't try and be artistic about it. I'm gonna watch a Stanley Kubrick film where everyone happens to be shagging. No, I've not seen that one. I saw an interview with Harvey Keitel though, and he said that he was in that film and he got sacked because he said Kubrick was obviously this genius, this director, and he said Kubrick. Oh no, he didn't got sacked, so he quit. He said Kubrick asked him to walk through a door 70 times. And after like 70, he went, you can fuck off. Like, you've got the take you need. You're just being a dickhead.
Was he not doing it right?
Yeah,
that's what doing it right. Like that, he was like, just hundreds of takes.
The whole thing of like, film students are like absolutely pour over his films because of like every single shot has been planned out meticulously, hasn't it? So I'm sure he needed 70 takes. I'm sure he did. For the way he planned his films out, I absolutely sure he did. Like, there's a lot of people think he was trying to give away the moon secrets or like the planning of the moon thing, and also like Eyes Wide Shut. Is he sort of letting people in on the Hollywood secret type stuff?
Yeah, so
there's a lot of like,
so it's educational.
It's actually not just porn.
I stand corrected them. I thought it was just filth, but you've I'm proven wrong. I mean, I think with Kubrick as well, he led the way with like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Some of the sci-fi in that is like well ahead of its time.
Fucking iPads. But they do, don't they? They're sitting on iPads. Both of them sitting there in silence on their iPad in like, what was it, 1978 or something like
68,
that?
68, I think.
Jesus.
Yeah, because it's like some of the graphics he used, don't say graphics, some of the sort of the models, special effects, thank you, is what Lucas used. George Lucas basically got that team and then created Industrial Light and Magic to help make Star Wars. So definitely a pioneer. Do you know what I mean?
No idea.
You know, he's very, very talented filmmaker. But yeah, film students love him, don't they? Him and Tarantino, who is not the similar thing. Not the same
Tarantino
thing.
said he's got like one film left or something like that.
Yeah, he said he's going to do one more.
I thought it was going to be, his last one was going to be the Hollywood one that he just did.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
But
he should just go out on that because I thought it was actually pretty good.
I thought, and I like the, have you seen
before.
it? I like the fact there's a twist at the end. Because I don't know if you knew the Sharon Tate murders.
Yeah.
But I was dreading what was going to happen. Because I went with my missus, and she was said something at one point, I was just getting a bit violent, and I thought, Jesus Christ, you ain't seen nothing yet about... So I didn't know he was going to do that ending. So I was kind of relieved, because it wasn't anywhere near as grim as it could have been. But
that was shot where we stayed in...
Yeah, we stayed in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when we was...
This summer?
For the tour. Yeah, so it was right near where
Literally
Did you get to
driving
see
round.
is it still like a memorial?
I have my limits to just how weird I can be. To be honest with you, Mark.
But we're
Not
driving
many.
around now. We're looking, going, this is the fucking spot, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's literally here.
We didn't actually go look for it, but there's
Pay your respects, you know.
Yeah, like but it was very like you could tell, couldn't you? Yeah, it was eerie. Tosin Cutie says, "Cheer up, Ste." What? This is happy, Ste. I don't know what you're on about.
You know, right?
I don't know what you're on about. Abhinav Verma says, "Are these lot talking modern football today?" And they invited a guy who also writes about City. Yes, we. Yes, we. All right, Abhinav.
Sorry, look.
Abhinav's all right. He's in the comments a lot.
I've done
but
like 3 City pieces in the last
listen,
year. if
You're
that's-
all
if
right.
that's
You're
all
allowed to. We make content about City several times. Steve did a very popular video about City where he helped City fans understand the charges.
Oh, yeah.
And they loved it. They respected him for
I
it.
even wore a
Appreciate
tie.
it. Even wore a
Out of
tie.
respect.
And a pair of sunglasses out of respect. And, you know, there was a couple of Easter eggs in there as well. If you know, you know. What's the Tom Cruise film where it's set in the future and it's about the government spying on everyone? Says CTB.
That Minority
Report's a banger. That's really good, that. It's not just about spying, it's predicting crimes, isn't it?
It's like, yeah. I watched it with my dad from Blockbuster when I was like in year 10 or something. I can't remember. It was like one of them
Blockbuster video.
In Vanilla Sky, a bit like that as well.
Vanilla Sky's very weird. It's like, what is his reality and what isn't? Have you seen that?
He dies in a car crash and then...
Yeah, but he's not dead.
But he's not dead,
Yeah, it's odd. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, there's who's in it? Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's not all terrible. I tell you what else I started watching as well. Last night, funnily enough, I forgot about this. Have you heard of the Menendez brothers?
Is that in NFL? Did they have the brain injury?
No.
Or kill somebody?
They killed someone. They were
That's
from
it.
Beverly Hills.
Right.
Kyle.
Is it
and-
because they had a brain injury that they killed someone?
Oh, I don't know. That might be the plot twist.
That's what a good lawyer would say.
I think they were just rich kids in Beverly Hills who decided to shoot the mum and dad to death and inherit all the money.
Were they played in the NFL?
No.
Oh, right. I've got completely mixed up then. Don't
So are
forget-
you thinking,
forget
you're not
about it.
thinking of Aaron Hernandez?
Maybe, yeah.
Aaron Hernandez was in the NFL.
And this is Menendez.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Eric and Lyle. Eric and Lyle Menendez were
Okay.
from Beverly Hills and they murdered the mum and dad. Aaron Hernandez was an NFL player who played for the Patriots, I want to... Yeah, and he was found guilty of murder and then killed himself in prison. Very, very, you know, dramatic
Yep.
sort of storyline. But no, this is on Netflix. This is about the Menendez brothers, and it's called Monsters or something. And they're basically just two spoiled rich kids, based on a true story, who decide to kill their mum and dad. So yeah, I've just started watching that. Uma Khan says, does Steve like Andy McNabb books? I know we've done this, but we're going to do it again.
Never really read it.
Have you not? Is that Bravo 2-0?
I have read Bravo 2-0. What was really weird is...
Is that Andy McNabb?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
But he does fiction as well.
Ah, right. Okay.
I haven't read it. I've read his autobiographical stuff, but I haven't read any of his... He's got like 50 fiction books. I haven't read one of them.
Christ.
Not read one of them.
How's managing that? Have you read any Andy McNabb?
No.
No.
Just a straight no. So I've got like no.
Joined Bravo 2-0 as well, so they
Neither have I.
they go to Saudi first. They stage in Saudi before they move into Iraq.
Yeah.
And I was flying to Bahrain, and I had it on my headphones, and there's a line in the book which says, "We touched down in Riyadh." As I touched down in Riyadh, and I went,
Really?
"That was weird."
That's weird. You're reading that. We touched down in Riyadh as you're touching down. Did you think, like, did you have one of the moments you think?
Yeah, that was weird.
This
that.
book's talking to me. Right.
What's also weird
Someone's
is
in my brain.
the guy
Is it
that
just me
they
that
so it
thinks
was an
that?
audiobook I was listening to. The guy that they have for the audiobook is the same guy Rio had for his audiobook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's obviously some fella from Peckham.
Yeah.
But you're like, I've got this sort of like SAS trooper in my head. And I know what he looks like as well, Andy McNabb. He's not... You can find pictures of him if you get out there, because he's done bits with the military since. He just looks like an old white guy, a little bit overweight now.
All right. He's got to be getting on a bit, hasn't he? Because
yeah,
he's like
Gulf
80s.
War, yeah.
He was in the SAS just after the embassy, so he's
It's
like...
like 82.
Yeah, so at best he's 60s.
Right, okay.
So you got Andy McNabb with whatever your frame and visuals he is, and Rio. and the same voice coming out of both books, it made me not be able to finish Rio's book.
That is a little bit incongruous, to be honest with you. Andy McNabb and Rio Ferdinand.
You seen some SAS guy lift the Champions League?
Yeah, you're like, no,
Moscow,
that's not it. I've seen Rio Ferdinand storming an embassy. No,
But also, I know Rio's voice, so it's like having somebody else read Rio's story. Like,
oh yeah, that's a bit strange, isn't it? That must be
like it's fine when it's like Andy McNabb. I don't know what Andy McNabb sounds like.
Yeah,
I know.
But when it's someone you know and you do spend a lot of time with and listen to their voice a lot, and you've got someone else reading their book, that would sound a little weird. I've never got into audiobooks.
Do you know the only one that gets away with that? So one of Goggins, or it might be both of Goggins, both his books. He's sort of done both his books as a podcast, so he has a guy reading it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the chapter, they sort of like do a debrief together on the chapter. So the guy asks Goggins like some questions about what's just happened in the chapter. It's really, really good.
That's clever.
Who's Goggins?
David Goggins is a Navy SEAL guy that just became an ultramarathon runner and like a motivational fucking lunatic, essentially.
He's not one of the guys that took down Bin Laden.
No.
So that's okay.
No, he's
who's
going to carry the boats kind of guy.
Yeah, he's thieves into all
And
that.
the logs.
Yeah, he likes all that. Talking of Manchester United's new stadium.
Yeah, we meant, okay, let's go.
What's happening with that? Are we going to get a brand spanking new stadium or what, Matt? You've been writing about it. There's all these rumours, reports going on. I know you've written extensively in The Athletic. There's a link in the description. Go and check out Matt's writing there. How's this play out? What's the sort of next stage? Because we're hearing about this task force and these suggestions and Andy Burnham and Must and other people looking into it, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's got his team looking at it as well. And
how did he pay for it? It doesn't impact PSR and FFP, does it?
No, there's allowances on PSR for infrastructure. It's kind of complicated the way it works, but basically when you build a stadium, it goes down as an asset. It's like something that's yours and you keep and is value to the club, so it doesn't count for PSR, is the long and short of it. But so we wrote this week on The Athletic about latest developments in it, exclusive story. We found out essentially that the task force have got to make their recommendation, and they're going to do that before the end of the year. They've set a deadline for the end of the year to do that. Obviously the decision has to be between either building a new stadium, as people know, or it's going to be redeveloping the existing structure. The task force only make a recommendation on that. They don't actually decide. It's the club who goes and decides. That's essentially the latest on the end of the year. We're reporting, you've seen the news today that Foster and Partners, the architecture firm, have been appointed and to develop the surrounding area around the stadium. So like all your little buildings and shops and stuff that's going to pop up outside, not the stadium itself at the minute. That's still because they still got to decide whether they're actually going to build a new stadium or they're going to redevelop one. So it's going to take some time before they actually appoint the architects for that, and you start seeing some plans and designs. But they're going to be, it's the Labour Party conference this weekend. United are going to be there, Task Force going to be there. It's the Tory one next week, they're going to be there as well. I guess the idea behind that is, everyone's talking about public money. I think United understand that you're not going to get a big payout from the government to build the stadium, but you are going to need money to develop the tram links around there, to do something with the train station that runs behind it, to build the infrastructure that you'd need for a huge stadium. So I think that's what they're going to those conferences with, the aim of getting something, shaking the right hand, speaking to the right people, and winning people around to the project, and then how do they pay for the rest of it? That's the $502 billion question, whatever.
What do you think that could mean for the area around Old Trafford? Because I know obviously City redevelops a lot of East Manchester, and you can have a discussion about how much that benefited people in East Manchester on another channel. But what do you think it could mean for people who live near the ground, live in Old Trafford? Because I grew up not far from there, and I know it's not exactly, no disrespect to those people who live there in that area, but it could do with a bit of investment. I think it's safe to say that. It's one of the most poverty-stricken areas in England, in certain parts of it. Is it going to be could it be a big benefit to that area, do you think? Hugely,
I think, because if you've got like 100,000 seat a new stadium right there in the middle of it, then that's obviously going to bring tourism, it's going to bring business. I think what that area has always needed, and what happened with City, was that you had the club aligned with the local council who managed it, with local stakeholders, people who run the transport, things like that. And that's what United have tried to do in this process. I think that's why, yes, they probably want a bit of public money to help them out with it, but they also understand that there's an opportunity there if they get Andy Burnham, if they get the council on side, if they get all these people together working with one goal to try and improve the area. And it's it's pretty dry and complex stuff a lot of the time, but it's important for people, isn't it? And it's important for the club because
it's important for the country, to be honest.
Yeah,
like there's been such a lack of investment in infrastructure in the whole fucking country, and then obviously you had the last government just go anyway. So we've spent 10 years fucking about with HS2. Actually, fuck that now as well.
Yeah.
That's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember when I was reporting, covering that, almost every week, they had me down in Withershaw knocking on doors, this is going to run near your town, run through your town, asking all the MPs about it. I remember when Ed Miliband was running as Labour leader, he said, I'll back it, even though it's a Tory thing, we'll keep it. And then the Tories went, actually...
Sacks it off.
Nah. You spend hundreds of millions on it.
Where's it going to now,
Birmingham. It doesn't even go to London, I think. It doesn't go to Euston. It goes somewhere outside, and then you've got to get the Elizabeth line, that new tube.
An absolute waste of time, money, and energy and effort.
What is the point?
It's when you see what other countries have spent on infrastructure, and it's pennies. And I understand that land is a little bit more expensive in England than random places around the world. But for what we fucking spend on doing anything. I mean, even how's Wembley cost $1 billion? When it was 20 years ago they did it?
Yeah.
Near enough. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, they're talking about $2 billion for new Old Trafford, and I know, inflation, whatever. But
that's the redevelopment of the entire area, not just the stadium.
No, that's just the stadium itself.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's a $2 billion stadium.
If it's a new
cold
build.
running water, Jay.
If it's a new
lifts to
build,
all
then it's
floors.
$2 billion.
Hey, yeah, it'll be nice though if you get there and you don't have to stand in piss. Do you know what I mean?
That's always what I think they should take that off the list first. If anything, no piss on the floor.
Yeah, if we're going to spend £2 billion,
Let's
hopefully
have
they
some
can
standards.
Yeah, they can sort it out. There was a lot of sort of uproar about, because the sort of ideal world, and we spoke about this and you spoke about it, Ste, was about this idea of making Old Trafford as it is now, the Duncan Edwards Stadium for the academy, or something like the Jimmy Murphy Stadium or whatever, and making it for the academy and the women's team, and then building the brand spanking new stadium next to that, and then you can have a similar scenario as what you've got at City, obviously with a lot more fans there, but with the Etihad, and then you've got the CFA or whatever it's called, across the road where all the media stuff is as well. Well, that looks like it's pie in the sky, doesn't it?
That's the reports this week. I've not managed to confirm them myself. I mean, would you want that? Would you want Old Trafford to be
an academy stadium? I'd want a stadium for the academy.
Yeah,
I think it's a joke, and I know you've been on this for ever since I met you, but going down to Lee to watch the under 23s or whatever
is the V1 bus. I've been getting that. Yeah,
is a nonsense.
I drive, but I can't imagine public transport to Lee is quick.
No, but I've never done the bus.
V1 bus from town takes you down. You know that. Talking of infrastructure projects that have been abandoned, there was a tram line that was supposed to go to Lee that just didn't bother to build a tram on it. But you actually just go down this tram line, so you're not on a road. You just drive the bus all the way down. It's actually not.
So they built a tram. They said we're gonna have a tram that goes to Lee, and then they took the tram element out of that.
Fucking bus on it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You've kind of got a tram. If you close your eyes, you can pretend you're on the tram. That's almost as good.
Trams on fucking public roads are mental anyway.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy. Do you remember when you used to go to Blackpool as a kid and you was like, long ways there a tram here, it's mad. And now it's just they're everywhere, especially around here. Because at least in most places, when you go to Stretford,
surely, what's the benefit of a tram on a road? Because you've had to dig up the road. You've had to throw in loads of fucking infrastructure.
What's the benefit?
You have to dig the fucking road up about every 18 months because the metal in the middle of the road fucks the road somehow.
Your lot were quite early though with that, weren't you, Joelston? Weren't you?
No, we didn't have it that late.
Oh, was you not? Was you not quick?
No.
Because I remember Urmston's still not got it.
No tram.
Stretford.
It was like fucking Bury and Town, really.
Yeah, Town, Trafford, Altrincham.
How the fuck did Altrincham score that and get that, by the way?
When I was a kid, we used to love getting on that tram line and going, Altrincham,
by the way,
Stretford,
how the fuck has the Trafford Centre only got it about fucking 3 days ago?
Mate, that was,
mad.
That was crazy. That was like the pipe dream. One day the tram will come here, now it does, yeah. I mean, Eccles
it's only been there 30 fucking years.
Yeah. Eccles, we've got it, mate. Don't you worry about that.
But you're if I'm in traffic on a tram, that cost an extra fuck knows how many billion to put in, to put me in traffic, like I was on a bus.
Yeah.
Is it because people just really don't like the bus? and they want to feel
I like the bus, you know.
superior to those bus wankers.
I think the bus is underrated. People look down on the bus. They go,
But like what?
I'm getting a tram.
Tangibly
Why?
explain to me the fucking difference between a bus and a tram.
Trams can go places buses can't on tram lines.
Yeah. Sometimes the tram lines, like.
But if we're being real with ourselves, the fucking tram goes everywhere the bus goes.
be fair-
It takes traffic off the road if you have a tram.
The only thing I can
And a
get the
bus.
tram to.
But it done
from
because
Eccles,
it sits on the fucking road.
The only place I can get the tram to Eccles that I can't.
And they're
get
only
the bus.
single decker, so you never get as many people on the tram
Sometimes
as
you
you would
get
get on the
double
bus.
trams though. You get two.
Yeah,
trams,
the
a bit more
double.
kind of-
Yeah,
Never
that's
on a
always a
fucking
good
match day, though.
dream.
That's always a
the
good
dream.
sign that innit when there's a
Yeah.
double. That's like Black Bin Day in our house. It's mint.
For the cost of it,
I mean, it's probably nonsensical.
just buy another bus.
Yeah, but the only place I can go to from Eccles that I can't go to on a bus, that I can on a tram, is Old Trafford or Media Centre. There's not a bus directly from Eccles to Old Trafford. But if they put one on, I'd be happy to get on it. I think you have to get like the 33 and then something else. But no, I mean, the tram's alright, isn't it? It's a bit mad.
I don't mind.
My issue with the tram.
It's not the underground, is it?
My issue with the tram.
If
You
Well,
miss
that's
the underground.
London,
Yeah,
though,
you
and
miss
we
the
all
underground.
know
And it's-
two-tier system. You know, London. You just have to wait
Have you
2
seen
minutes.
what they spend? So what the public spend
Yeah.
on infrastructure is per person. Google this because it's outrageous.
What am I
Manchester's-
Googling here because I don't even know.
So if you put public spend,
Public
public transport, put northwest, northeast, London.
I'm just going to watch that subscribers number as we do this, right?
Northeast. Oh, listen.
It'll go up.
Northeast. What am I doing? Northeast?
Northeast, northwest, London.
I don't like you looking at me typing because it makes me nervous and I type really slow. Right, go on there. You can work this out. Honestly, I'm.
Shall we just chat between ourselves while we
Boom, that graph there.
Here we go.
Sickening, Jay. Sickening.
There's loads of greens on that though. Isn't that good on a graph?
No.
Right. Okay.
Get out.
Right,
Get out, Jay. Christ on a
Right,
bike.
there you go.
How mad's that?
Right, so the imbalance, the UK's
big.
extraordinary imbalance in
Spin it to the
transport.
camera.
No, they don't.
No, it
they don't
won't.
need
No,
to see.
spin that.
Go on.
And don't judge me for my tabs.
It's just a big.
There's no
green
one reading
bar.
them
It's
tabs.
just a big
You
green
see the big bar at the top? London.
Yeah.
See the one at the bottom? Northeast. Everyone else in the middle. I'll read it out to you. I'll give you the detail. Right? £5 and a penny for the northeast is what the public spend on transport is.
I thought. Well, do you know what? Stop trying to pander to the northeast. Who cares?
Geordies.
East
Exactly.
England, which is the same,
Yeah.
£30. Northwest, £99. Right?
£99 per person on public transport. That's what they're spending.
Yeah, spending per head.
Okay, good.
And you got people go, oh, no, this is their spending on top of obviously whatever it brings in as well.
Right, okay.
Which, because otherwise you'd be like, that makes sense. But £99.
£99.
Right? West Midlands, which obviously has just got the H2, £184.
Why are they getting nearly double us?
East Midlands,
I'm fuming about that.
£218.
What? East Midlands is getting more than double we're getting.
The Southeast just as an area, right?
Right.
£714. 99. 99 in the Northwest, by the way.
They're getting almost
Are you ready
8
for this?
times what we're getting.
Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Go on.
So remember, this is the spend per head, regardless of what comes in. They're spending this just on having infrastructure, £2,595.68 per fucking head. And
Where's
the madness is
in London?
London.
Big
And the
number.
madness is the
Massive,
density of the fuckers in London as well.
Density in what
Yeah.
way?
The people.
Well, both the people in
Yeah.
terms of IQ, but also
Oh, right.
the population density is absolutely nuts. So that's public sector spending per head. Like,
I
it
for
should
one,
be
am
fucking equal.
outraged. Outraged from Manchester says this is ridiculous. It should be equal, and I'm amazed that levelling up wasn't a thing that worked. Alex Buckingham, who's been a member of the first team.
How's it 25? Right, it's probably a level of.
You just gotta let him go with his lines.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's no
probably
point
a level of
in
density, multiples more dense
Okay.
than like the Northwest, right?
London.
Just London.
Yeah, it's mad.
Greater London population
Have you
density.
ever lived in London?
Yes, for about 3 or 4 years.
Same as whereabouts?
Leighton, and then Brixton.
No.
Enjoyed
So on
it.
population density alone,
Yeah.
like it would get more spend because there's more people there.
Yeah.
If you was paying per head, which is what this graph is telling you.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's 25 fucking times more. Listen, Andy Burnham, if you say we're marching on London like back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Give me a call.
Yeah.
We nearly did that during COVID when he was out on the steps in front of Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, do you remember that when he got the King of the North and all that?
Yeah. I was ready to sign
exactly,
up, man.
Right?
Sign me up, yeah.
Fuck the trams. Fuck all that noise.
Yeah.
Like, you want to start bringing in all these congestion charges and this, that and the other. We don't fucking have anything worth giving a congestion. And by the way, the traffic in town ain't that bad. I can leave here at tea time and be out of here in 10 fucking minutes flat.
I don't really
it ain't that bad.
It's all right.
And you go, sometimes, it was a bit iffy because there was a match on.
Yeah.
Oh, was there? Right.
Yeah.
That's because we've got all the trams and buses taking people off the road.
There you go, you see. That's what it's doing. It's alleviating
but it's
the
not
stress.
though, is it? Because the fucking trams...
Well, I'm on a tram and a bus, and if I wasn't, I'd be in my car.
If you leave Old Trafford after the final whistle and want to get a tram home for a night game, you're there till 1 a.m. just watching 47 trams go past you.
If you City and get the tram from there to Eccles Line, I do.
But if you go and get the tube in London, there's one about every fucking 8 seconds.
There's no need to run for a tube in London.
No.
If you do that, you're an idiot.
No.
Because there's literally one.
And the tubes fit fucking shitloads on.
Yeah.
Like, we literally get a double tram, which is literally about, 40 fucking people?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's
no one's ever thought, let me just bosh an extra couple trams on. And they go, they don't all fit on the stations. Cool. People are fucking smart enough to walk to the back tram to get on it, you dick.
I hate that as well when they don't take up the room. That's the big bugger.
Oh, you got to move down the carriage.
Yeah, when it's like it's a match day when it's rammed and there's like space, and just move down, man. Stop being silly. Alex Buckingham, who's been a member of the first team for 46 months, says the estate near OT is okay. It's a northern terraced estate, but without overly gentrifying it, would be nice to regenerate the area. Not sure how.
I agree with that 100%, because if you develop this and just build houses and apartment flats that only people from moving out of town can afford, then what was the point of the whole process, right?
Yeah, and that's it. That's my issue with what's gone on.
And I feel like, face it, pessimistic, cynical, that'll probably be what'll happen, right? Because they want to make an investment and they want to make a profit on it, probably. But
that might be how they fund it.
Look at Anco's. It's like
you look at Anco's.
What?
You look at Anco's.
I did. I have done. But Anco's back in the day, it was a certain way, wasn't it? And now it's like there's £1 million houses and all that there, and like the
£1 million
studio
flats.
Yeah, which is just like in one way you go, well, look at where Anco's has improved.
25 years ago, you might have been able to buy Anco's for a million.
There. What?
You might have been able to buy Anco's.
What, the town?
Yeah.
You probably could, but now it's like studios there, flats there. It's mega expensive, and you look at that as progress, and also you sort of pricing people out, aren't you? Yeah, but I think we've covered the stadium thing. So when's the next stage? How long have we got to wait, do you reckon, before we get... You say Labour Party conference, we might get something there?
I just mean they'll be turning up at Labour Party conference, and they're going to be... I think they've got a couple more meetings before the end of the year. They had one yesterday. Like I say, I think the recommendation, the final thing, they've certainly got to deliver it to United by the end of the year. I think Burnham said when he announced it back in March that it'd be autumn, so that's a little bit of a delay. Then the club have got to decide, and I think early next year we'll probably hear about a decision. Yeah.
Exciting times at Manchester United. Just talking about the club as well and the team in general, feels a little bit more positive at the minute.
Are you feeling positive?
We are, aren't we?
You think?
Do you know what I mean? Does that not look like the face of someone who's feeling positive?
Happy, smiley.
I've never seen him happier. No, I think
10-0 on aggregate.
You were talking, like 10-0 aggregate was a couple of games. Me and you were talking upstairs before, and you was mentioning the fact that I think you've done it on your preview, and we've done it on ours. Like, there's options at the minute, and there's good options. Like in the past, the options has been who's fit or who's not as shit as some of these.
You knew what the 11 would be week in, week out.
Yeah.
And how many people thought Ericsson was going to play on Saturday?
No.
And it worked and he was really good. Like, that's a real nice surprise to have.
Is he an option though? Like, is he actually an option going forward? I
don't think he plays 6 games on the bounce.
No,
but I think having him, he brings a certain set of skills.
He's like the tram with the traffic. Yeah,
God, are we seriously going back there?
You play him, and that gives the other players a rest for the bigger games. You see, because you need some of these players. Because we haven't even had players you could bring in. Remember when we played Newport, and it was like, well, rest players. We'd sooner look, we're all right. Oh shit, it's 2-2. Quick, get the big boys on again because we're gonna fucking lose. Like we're not.
To be fair though, we were 5-0 up the other night and brought Bruno on.
I know, but that was the other way around. That's like just give him a little bit of a run out because it's like a friendly, getting some minutes or whatever. Whereas now it does feel like there's a genuine debate at the minute going on whether you're going to play Rashford or Garnacho or Diallo or Xerxes or Hoyland or, you know, you've got these sort of debates going on in a positive way. And it's not like, well, you can't play him because he's rubbish. It's like, well, he scored goals, he's got assists, he's my favourite player. I love watching him. Like, for me, you know, I'd have Diallo starting. I think Diallo's great.
But he's done nothing wrong, and there's absolutely no reason why you take him out at the minute, apart from the fact that other people are doing well.
That's what I mean.
And that's the situation, isn't it?
Some will be like, well, it's got to be Garnacho and Rashford and Xerxes or whatever.
Yeah.
There is that debate going on. And
even Rashford, I think, look, I know he's had a bit of stick-up, but, I mean, that's 3 goals in the last 2 now, and I wouldn't say that his performances were through the floor before that either. You know, so like there's absolutely an argument to play start anybody at the minute, and I guess that is optimistic. When
you look at this United squad and you look at, you know, who is available and the sort of players we've brought in, what do you think is realistic for it? Do you see
this
us,
season?
Yeah, do you see us finishing top 4? Do you think that's? I mean,
honestly, no.
Right, okay.
Who's finishing above us?
My pre-season prediction.
Don't ever stick to your pre-season.
Well, I think it holds. I think it holds.
All right,
I'm like 4 games in.
I don't even know what your prediction is.
It's actually literally the top 4 that I picked is the top 4 right now.
Right, so hang on. So
go on.
I've not looked at. Don't look at the league for 6 games.
I don't look at the league.
I imagine City and Arsenal are in there.
I've not looked at the league since 2013.
Liverpool and
Everton,
Newcastle. You haven't looked at the league table, have you?
No. I did really well.
Newcastle as well.
Newcastle. So you've got Newcastle.
Just because they've not got Europe, they had loads of injuries last year. I think, to be honest, like watching some of the games, they've been pretty shit. But like they've got results.
They're winning games. There is usually a bit of a surprise. Like Villa was a surprise last season. To
Newcastle would be a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that, so.
You tend to get someone. I think for me the great unknown is the Scousers. Because this is sort of thing when the Beatles...
I think they're absolutely smelling their own farts at the moment.
That's what I mean. There was like this thing of like, oh, the fucking slots come here and it's amazing. And the Beatles 3-0. I don't know, you know, I'm not trying to be better, but you just don't know with them like what's going on there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were to have a drop off, or if they were to stay right in the mix and challenge for the title. You just can't tell. I think it's always been a weird team the last sort of 5 or 6 years of Liverpool, because he tends to have these boom and bust seasons.
That is true.
Do you know what I mean?
They come out of nowhere and it's like 7th place.
Yeah.
Everyone's just mind wiped.
I don't think they've looked good.
No.
I think they've looked better. I think they've looked all right. I mean, they won 3-0 at Old Trafford.
That didn't count out, man.
Okay.
We don't count out. You know, I don't know.
How did this? What did they create out of our fuck ups?
Yeah.
3 goals.
No, they all came from our fuck ups.
They looked all right, and they've looked all right in certain games, but then you see them in other games, you think, I don't know, that's what I mean, it's an unknown for me. I can't say, like, I feel like with City and Arsenal, I feel they'll be there or thereabouts. I don't think there's a dispute there. You can argue about who's going to win the league.
Who's not going to be there? Spurs. Jesus Christ.
That's just Spurs though, isn't it?
No, but this is...
Did you watch that game the other night? I was watching City.
Commentary one?
Yeah.
I mean...
No, I got the alert when they were losing, and I was like...
I watched,
and then I got the alert that they equalised. I was like,
no, I thought they
and then they won. I was like,
are you here for like Angie's downfall or something?
Because I'm thinking like the shite Ten Hag's had to deal with.
Yeah,
haven't they been here the same amount of time?
Well, no, because Andrew started last season. Ten Hag was
last season,
you think the amount of piping off Ange got, because they did start fantastic last season, but then they fell off hard, and then he's had shitloads of cash to spend and made them worse. And you think, if that was Ten Hag, and if he'd lost the games that he'd lost in the manner that they've lost them, I don't think the reporting would be the same. In fact, I know the reporting wouldn't have been the same. In fact, the reporting isn't the fucking same, and we're winning.
You're forgetting, Ten Hag doesn't call journalists mate.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I mean?
It helps.
That helps, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Massively. Also, Ten Hag didn't play a high line against Chelsea with 9 men. That helps.
I didn't. I was at some do that night and I couldn't watch it. I wish I'd seen that game. It looked insane.
It was insane. But everyone loved him for sticking to his guns, even though it was obviously like costing him.
But Ten Hag's stubborn and
it was like, this is insane what you're doing, but it's entertaining. Yeah. And you're giving Nicholas Jackson a hat-trick. Which,
to be fair,
well done on that.
This is insane what you're doing, but it's entertaining. It's exactly what I was saying about Ten Hag all last season. You know what I mean? No, that's true. It's true, because it was like good to watch, wasn't it? But it was like
No,
not from a United point of view.
No, not from United. But like the game, like the 4-3 against Liverpool FA Cup was personally the best game that I've ever actually attended in person, in terms of a contest, in terms of a spectacle.
This is why we get Mark. He speaks the truth.
It's true.
I think, genuinely, right, I've been going United for a long time, ever since I decided to become a YouTuber. And that is one of my... that is probably my favourite game. It's up there.
It was a good one.
It was.
It was no Porto 1997.
No,
right, but
it was up there because it had everything. Like, it's the Scousers, which don't care when that's the biggest game. It was ruining Klopp's farewell tour. There was the back and forth. There was that deflation.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
1 out of 4 hungry for more.
Yeah, mate. All right. People said I was finished. And then there was the element of when you thought you'd lost it and thrown it away, to then bounce back. And even the red card for Diallo at the end was like the icing on the cake.
The red card, I'd always thought about being in that situation and scoring a goal like that and being on a yellow card. And I always thought I would just take my shirt off and run out the stadium. I would just run out the stadium, get in my car, drive home, forget about it.
Yeah, because he's not even there to see his red card.
That was the only thing that could have been better about the day if he'd done that.
It was so good. And what I loved about the red card as well is it was literally like 10 seconds left or whatever. Because I remember when they restarted, I was like, shit, are we actually going to like throw this away now with like 10 men and then like obviously wrap it up? Done. But it was so good, that game. So yeah, that was up there. And funnily enough, so was the final. The final was up there as well, but for a different reason. The final was up there, not because of the drama that you had with the Liverpool game, but because we actually came out and almost from the first 10 minutes looked like a better team and played so way that suited us. And you saw, 2 academy graduates scoring the goals as well, which sort of made it even better. And it was just mint because everyone had kind of written us off, and it was like, oh, Pep's going to, obviously win the double and all that shit. And it was just great, yeah. So there has been these times under Ten Hag, and this is why I think we've always backed him. I know it's not been great, but I still think he's a good manager, and I still think if he's got the right players available, we don't get all the injuries we had last season.
I'd also rather be fucking positive and wrong than fucking negative and right.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's kind of my job to be negative and right, though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why.
So where are you putting United? Are you putting us 5th?
No, I had United 6th, but I think I would revise that now.
Yeah?
I think Tottenham don't. They look.
They do look. I mean, you never know with Spurs, but it's like you were saying, he had such a good start. Do you remember when Maddison looked like a great signing? Yeah. They were winning a load of games. Everyone's like, oh, and then Maddison does what he does. He got injured, and then Spurs do what they do. He's
streaky as well, Maddison. He has just fits and starts, and he'll play all right one week though for a little spell, and then just go missing.
And like Steve was saying there, Dominic Solanke isn't looking like that guy. 65 million. It's looking like a bit
Imagine
of a gamble.
United spent that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, when it came to Old Trafford last year, I was like, this guy's a Premier League striker.
Well, that's why I think he got that move. I think that game, he was fantastic.
And being a Premier League level anything's not bad.
No.
But there's being Premier League and there's someone spending 65 fucking million.
He might not have been fully fit.
It's the same as this fucking Jared Bramthwaite stuff. I see so many people trying to push Jared Bramthwaite as a move. And Everton won 60, 70 million for the fucker. And you think...
Stay.
Are you not in for Bramthwaite?
No, because I watch football and I understand it, so no.
He's not. Steve doesn't like Jared Bramthwaite, right? And this channel somehow has managed to position itself as like, the anti-Everton channel for some reason, because we seem to have started a feud with Evertonians because there's 2 sets of Evertonians, like they either want to keep hold of Bramthwaite at all costs or are annoyed that we didn't.
That was a bit mad. That whole reaction.
And it both seems a little bit odd. It's like, what got me, right? I get wanting to keep your best young players. I understand that. I know you're Everton and you've seen all the players that, have come through the ranks. You've seen like Rooney and then others like Anthony Gordon more recently or whatever. And you go, look, every time we get a player that comes through, we lose him. Even players that aren't that great, like Franny Jeffers or whatever, someone comes along and takes them off us. I get that idea of you're against it, yeah? But then when you're getting annoyed because we don't buy him, that was what baffled me. Because you had a lot of Evertonians going, United wasted that money on Lenny Yoro. They should have had Bramford. I think, well, you're not happy.
Didn't we get Delict and Yoro for how much?
I think Everton priced themselves out of it, to be honest with you. And
you know what? You should go on one of them Everton spaces. You seen them on Twitter?
I don't think so.
No, are they crazy? To be fair, I quite like Everton, right? I know some good lads from Everton who are Everton fans, and also my enemy's enemy is my friend, and they hate Liverpool probably more than we do. So I've always got a bit of a soft spot for them, but no, I've never been on Everton space. I don't think I will.
They're just mental. They're just like any result that they have at the minute, you can go on there and there's like 5 or 6 of them mouthing off and saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin wears knickers and bras and things like that. It's
Jesus Christ,
it's insane.
Yeah, Ronaldo Brown started a little war with Everton fans on this channel, which he's revelling in. Clayton M says, agree to disagree in order your list of TV, series and comedy. 1 Band of Brothers, 2 The Wire, 3 Sopranos, 1 The League, Surfshark, 2 The Office, How I Met Your Mother. Right, okay, thanks for clearing that one up. Thanks for the super chat who's been a member of the Academy, or the first team, sorry, for 49 months. Ste Howson.
Yeah.
Game this weekend?
Manana.
Are you playing and what time?
What time is United kicking off tomorrow?
5:30.
All right, cool. Yeah,
So
we are.
expect you to watch it.
We're Free Bells at Hyde.
Oh.
At home on the big pitch. I could do a bit of rain, you know, but I don't think we're forecast anyway.
Brian Clough it. Get your hose
It's
out. And fucking
it can be a bit of a
water.
dry pitch when it's
Hey.
when it's not rained for a minute,
Right.
and we zip it, don't we? And I like it to be a bit thingy. So yeah, we're playing Mersey Valley. It's gone off every time we fucking played them.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't mess about on a Mersey Valley lot.
So hopefully going to stick one on them tomorrow
Fair enough.
and win the game.
You can check out the highlights for that when they're out on Stretford Paddock FC, but you'll be giving us a match reaction for the Palace game. What have you got next in the pipeline, Mark?
I'm going on holiday tomorrow.
Where are you going?
You two are like my final boss before I get 2 weeks off, actually.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
So,
Apologies.
So I'm off to Italy. I've got a flight to Naples in the morning.
Oh, right. Nice.
But they're not playing, so no
mate.
little McTominay reunion or anything like that for me.
Yeah,
so.
that would have been alright, that wouldn't it? A little bit of Napoli. But Lukaku's there as well, isn't
Yeah, and Conte.
It's on the list to visit Naples for sure.
he? Joseph went there, didn't he?
Of course he did. We was talking about this.
Yeah,
earlier,
it's
wasn't
just Joseph, look at me.
Just fucking pure hipster places.
Yeah,
You been to Vietnam?
Yeah.
No.
Joe has. He's just, he's one of them. So you're 2 weeks in Naples.
So, well, no, I got 3 days and then I'm going to Monopoly. That's where the wedding is. It's like
Monopoly.
girlfriends.
Monopoly?
It's called Monopoly. Yeah, it's in Puglia. I guess that must be where the game comes from. I have no idea.
Really?
It's called Monopoly with an I on the end.
Oh, right, okay.
And yeah, my girlfriend's cousin is getting married.
Yeah.
It's like 300 Irish people, all from like some tiny little village in Ireland. Never. It's a lot of 50-year-old
Irish
men.
people from Ireland. What's going on?
Right, so there's hundreds of these people from Ireland in this village, and they're all going to Monopoly.
They're all going to Monopoly.
Right.
Like there's 50-year-old men taking out a passport for the first time in their life because they've never left the village,
Right.
and they're going to have to put up with whatever food they're getting served. So it's going to be interesting.
Will you do me a favour? Let me
What's
know.
Italian Irish fusion food?
Guinness pasta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guinness
I'm not
pizza.
saying anything. I don't know, and I don't want to say anything that gets misconstrued. Let me know how many times the best man makes a Monopoly joke in his
Flags
speech.
aren't far off each
Yeah.
other, are they?
I reckon at least 4.
The flags are very similar if you just put one in a boil wash.
Yeah, that's true. That could be one for the best man speech as well. You've got it right. When you say you go into the wedding, do you know the people who get married?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't so.
No,
that's called
no.
vaguely.
Sometimes you're the plus
You go
one, aren't you?
weddings, yeah.
Have you
right.
never been to a wedding as plus one? It's the worst thing in the
Oh
world.
yeah, every
being
one
a
of
plus
Janine's
one.
friends.
Mate, exactly. We've all done it. You go to a wedding as plus. You don't know anyone other than your missus, and it's
Get
just,
moaned off being on your phone.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
it's
anyone
just-
apart from you, and you're talking to your mates.
yeah, and you just stood there.
Can't
and it's
get drunk because I'm gonna make a right tit.
Well, I don't even drink anymore.
No,
so
you're
can't
allowed
do
to
that.
get drunk at this one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. So
100%.
do you know your friends as well that get married?
Nah, no. Well, it's like my girlfriend's cousin from Ireland who I've met like 2 or 3 times.
It's not
But
really.
I'm not a main character. I can kind of just
You can
know,
slope
slide
off
away,
into the
yeah,
background.
exactly,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Put the game on your phone or whatever.
yeah.
Right. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
There's a link in the chat.
Sounds pretty cool.
It does sound alright, that, doesn't it? It sounds a lot better than what we'll be
Do you
doing.
know what? Destination weddings are shit hot.
Yeah.
As in like where you go abroad for a wedding.
Yeah,
Right.
they are. How long are you there for?
2 weeks.
At the wedding venue.
The wedding is like over 3 days next weekend.
Right. And how long are you at the wedding bit for?
3 days.
Are you staying there 3 days?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, because sometimes that can be an issue. We went to my mate's wedding in Cyprus. It was great. Like, loved it. But then everyone was there for like a week, and there was a few people who were doing anyone's head in. Do you know what I
My
mean?
sister did one in Mallorca for hers. It was fucking top.
Was it? Yeah.
It's the only we stayed in like a normal hotel. Do you know, it's like a pool and all that lot.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't pay me to stay at one of them if it wasn't for that. But we had like 30 odd members of family that was there.
That's decent.
So it was good.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, well, that's what we did when we got married in Cyprus. There's a load of us in the hotel in Limassol. and it was sick. It was good. I'll have to consider that if I ever get married. Mark, thank you for joining us.
You're getting a text, you.
I am getting a text any minute now. I am going to get married one day, very soon.
Just got to meet the right person. Sorry.
So he said that, Varney, not me. Mark, always a pleasure having you on the channel. You've been on a few times. Good chatting to you.
Cheers, boys.
Make sure you read the rest of those Harry Potter books. I want to find out what happens at the end.
This massacre.
Bruce Willis, the ghost.
Yeah, that's... I'm going to put another... That's not the right one. I've got a link here for for all your articles in The Athletic. So I'll put a link in the chat. So go and check out Mark's writing there. He writes about Manchester United, he writes about Manchester City as well. So you can, if you want to see.
Not as much about City.
Not as much about City. So you know, 115 charges and all that. It might be worth checking that out. Go and check him out on all his various channels and what he's doing. And if you can get down to Hyde tomorrow, go and watch them at 3 o'clock. We'll be back as well.
Match will be on in the bar afterwards. If
there you go. And you can also watch the watch along.
It's free entry, which is free.
Free?
Free.
Jesus Christ. Then you're going to have the watch along with me, Adam McCullough, Joe Smith and Ronaldo Brown. Plus then you'll be getting post-match reactions from Ste Howson. So make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. That's been Matt Critchley from The Athletic. That's been Ste Howson. I've been Jay Martin. Big thank you as well to Surfshark for sponsoring this podcast. Thanks for watching.